Our information systems project was Twitter. Twitter is a social media platform where users can share information and messages with each other via tweets. Tweets are small written messages that can host videos and pictures, just thoughts and basic opinions. Jack Dorsey wanted to create an SMS-based communication platform where friends can keep tabs on each other. Eventually, Odeo signed off on this endeavor, and the company created the platform we all know today, Twitter. The relevant comparison of Twitter is Odeo's failed podcasting project and Flickr. The goals were very similar. All these platforms wanted to bring in users for them to share their thoughts and feelings. It's just basically a microblogging platform. Twitter is less complicated, only requiring you to just write compared to what Odeo wanted for its podcasting site, which is more audio-based instead of text. So since its inception, Twitter has made drastic waves in how people view and use social media. With its simplicity, it has never been easier for others to share their thoughts and opinions with others on the internet. Twitter has fostered over 350 million active users monthly, making it an attractive platform for those who want to grow their audience. It's very popular among celebrities, influencers. Word of mouth from either celebrities or marketing teams has never been more productive, as Twitter makes it super easy to spread influence. Word of mouth from either celebrities, marketing teams, big corporations, has never been more productive, as Twitter makes it just makes it easier to spread their influence, their information to others, to the general public. Despite the major impact of Twitter has generated, it still shares the goals of all social media, simply allowing others to share their thoughts to friends. The site still adheres to their own shareholders and advertisers on what is deemed good or bad. Twitter uses a database and algorithms. The database Twitter uses is called MySQL and is basically a building block. It's an example of Web 2.0. Twitter focuses on a rich user experience by allowing users to personalize what shows up on their timeline through the topics and people they follow. It basically, based on the people you follow, it gives recommendations on other people to follow. It gives you feedback on what they like, posts. It's basic social media stuff. So Twitter uses Google's cloud computing system. So it gives it access to new different technologies, features that will improve the app overall and give the user a better experience. Information is transmitted through tweets or retweets and is spread based on other users on the platform. It's purely a user-driven experience that couldn't be functional unless users participated on the platform. It's similar to most other social media platforms. So how is the system organized? Twitter organizes its information through data extraction, data processing, and data detection. Twitter then uses a ranking algorithm which chooses the right data that would go into certain trending tabs and the topics that the data would fit in. So you can see this in like the trending tab on the homepage if you ever use the app. Overall, Twitter is an example of big data because Twitter processes over 350 million tweets. I think it was per day. All this data is collected from users' tweets, retweets, hashtags, and likes. It's a lot. So the information impacts. Twitter was originally created to be an online microblogging service made for anybody who has an opinion. The user base consisted of a variety of people from every reach of the world with around 206 million active users. Twitter gives anyone a place to voice their opinion. The limitations of Twitter. One of the biggest complaints made about Twitter's platform is the number of characters allowed per tweet, with only 280 characters to work with. Some users have complained that it is not enough to get their full story or idea. There have been workarounds for this. You can comment on your own tweet to extend your idea, but it looks kind of choppy, so people like to use a third-party site called TwitLogger, where you can type out your ideas without worrying about the character limit. The only issue with that, though, is it brings you to a separate website, and some people don't like the idea of that, just for a security standpoint. User data. Twitter's privacy policy states that it gives user data to advertisers to create targeted ads to help entice users to buy products. You see this on most platforms. It's not just Twitter that does that. You can see it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's a fairly common practice at this point. All right, so this was our information systems project. Hopefully it brought some light about Twitter. Thanks for listening. You were forced to listen to it. You didn't have a choice. Have a good rest of the class.